Hey everyone, it's Mr. Gormley, and want to talk about this assignment that I've given you guys, drawing the Legos. Now, the reason that I want you guys drawing these Legos, I want you to be able to use this assignment to explore some more with Inventor. So, the Legos are really good because they allow us to do other file types such as assemblies and presentations and things like that. So, we're going to start. Now, I gave you in this announcement here, you could have gone to this website. Now you go to the website and there's a lot of information here. And yes, you can look at all this and go, ooh, I don't know, but scroll down till you get here to the classic brick. Now, by looking at this and this right here, we can draw these shapes here. So we're going to draw a brick that is, we're going to use these 2x4. So we've got 4 pegs here, and there'll be two rows of them. Okay, 4 pegs or 4 knobs here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to draw this profile first. And if we look, we can see the rectangle is going to be 31.8 by 9.6. So I start my sketch, get my rectangle. Boom. Dimension 31.8. Enter. Double click my scroll button. And 9.6. So we have that. We finish our sketch. Now I need to know how much to extrude it by. So I'm going to go again, look here. Do I know how deep that is? No. So I'm going to scroll down here. And what does it tell me? It says we have 15.8. So I'm going to extrude by 15.8. So that is the general size of the Lego brick. Now next what I want to do is draw the pegs on top. So if I go to here, I need to look and see, well, how are these oriented here? Okay, so the cylinders, let's scroll this over here. Okay, so what we want to do is align these up. So first we know that from here to here, if we see, that is the diameter of the peg. Okay. So we know that it's a 4.8 diameter. I look here, I'm looking for height. I know that it's 1.8 in height. And I know I need 8 of them. So we're just going to first place these around. And what did I say? 4.8. So I'm going to dimension 4.8. Okay. And now what we're going to do is just draw more of those. So we're going to need 8 circles. There are tools that we could use to make this easier, but we're not going to go there yet because we can duplicate things, but we're going to keep this simple so that we all can get this done. So now I have all of my circles dimensioned out to 4.8. So now I need to get them all situated in the right spot. And some of you are going to go, well, where does that say that? I don't understand. So what we'll have done, we're going to look over here. And you're going to see that we have this, and you need to make some assumptions or do a little math to figure this out. So we see that from one peg is 4.8 in diameter. And if we go from the same spot to the next starting point of our next peg, it's 8. So we can measure from center point to center point as 8. I know you're going to go, wait, that measurement goes from this point to this point. But if we move this over to a center point, this would move over to this center point. So we can tell that these things are 8 millimeters away from each other. So we're going to dimension each one of these 8 millimeters away from each other. So I can go from here to here. This needs to be 8. Here to here. That needs to be 8. And then also from here to here needs to be 8. And you'll see I've done here and here. Now that I've done this, this will automatically be 8. And see, it's going to tell me that. So I don't need to do that. So there, 8. Here, 8. And here, 8. And center line to center line, 8. Now, the last thing you're going to look at and go, well, wait a second. These aren't centered on our block. So again, we have to make some mathematical assumptions. If we look here, so we know that each block is 8 millimeters apart. And if we put 2 blocks next to each other, they have to fit together. So that means if I had another block over here, this peg would have to be 8 millimeters from that peg. So the block, it has to be halfway. So from this line to this line, I need to project my geometry real quick to get my yellow lines. So I dimension this line to this line. That is going to need to be half the distance of 8. So 4. And here to here will need to be 4. So I need to make sure I've got, looks like I need to get a little fix this here a little bit. There we go. 4. And then we'll go here to here. 8. It looks like I'm still off a little bit on this one. So we'll go 4 here. 4 there. And now it looks like we're pretty centered up. There's a lot of dimensions there, but now it's all sorted out. So we finish our sketch. I'm going to extrude, and I pick each peg. And real quick, I'm going to check, well, how high are these pegs? We look 1.8. So I'm going to type in 1.8. Hit enter. So now I've got my pegs. Well, the problem now is I need to shell this out. So I'm going to use my shell tool. And what happens, I'm going to pick this face. So we're removing the faces. And what we need to know is, well, how much of a shell do we want? And if I look here, we see it should be about 1.2. Okay, so you can see right here, the shell should be 1.2. So thickness, we're going to go 1.2. And if you see, now it has hollowed everything out, so everything's at a 1.2. We click OK. And now you'll see, oh, we've got the hollowed out section of our Lego. So we're almost there. Next, we just need to draw these circles right here. And again, this is going to be simple. All we need to do is center one, and then we can do that build the other two off of there. So if we look here, we're going to need 2 circles, one at 4.8, the other one at 6.51. So you see that? Inside circle will be 4.8, outside will be 6.51. So I start my sketch. I'm drawing on the inside. Get my circle tool. I'm going to find the middle and the middle. And you see how I did that? By going on both lines. So I started here, green dot down, and I started over here, so they both light up. And I follow my dotted lines, and that's the exact middle. So I'm going to draw one circle, draw a second circle. Dimension the second one at 6.51. I believe that's what it said. Yep, 6.51. And the other one at 4.8. Okay, so now we're going to draw two more circles. And I'm going to line these up here. One circle, two circle. Again, follow my line over, see my dotted line. One circle, two circle. Dimension 6.51, 4.8, 6.51, 4.8. Now, we're going to need to make sure that these are properly spaced apart. So, remember, these need to be 8 millimeters away from each other. Here to here. 8. And there it is. Oh, but it's moved this. So now I'm going to have to make sure that I'm centered, which I need to check. So, what was my total distance here? It's 31.8. So, we need to figure out what's the halfway. So, 31.8 divided by 2 equals 15.9. So, we're going to dimension here to here. 15.9. And then what was my width? 15.8. So we're going to clear this. 15.8 divided by 2. 7.9. 7.9. Boom. And it looks like I'm going to have to do that with these two. Okay, that's already done. And it looks like we're good. Okay, so finish my sketch. Extrude. Boom, boom, boom. And we need to know how much we should extrude it by. Well, let's think about this. Again, we have to do some math. So our total height was 9.6. But we have a shell of 1.2. We've drawn on this bottom part right here. So I'm going to go to my calculator. I'm going to go 9.6 minus 1.2. That equals 8.4. That is what I need to extrude it by. And if you look there, there's my Lego. Alright? Good luck with that. Now, the thing is, if you wanted to make a different shape, if you looked up here, each peg is worth 0.8. Okay, so if I wanted to cut something off of there, all I would need to do is cut off 0.8. And then I could make a 2x3 or anything like that. Regardless, I do want you to get this far. If you wanted to change your color of it, you could go ahead and change the color of something. We're going to go denim blue. Boom, I got a blue Lego. Let's go gold. Looking flashy. Good luck with this, guys. All right.